So I have psychogenic non-epileptic seizures, or PNES for short, and let's talk about it. So a little background about me. My name's Lacey, I'm 21 years old, and I've been diagnosed with PNES since I was 18 years old. So what is PNES? Well, basically it's a psychogenic non-epileptic seizure that is not tied to a neurological origin. So for example, with epilepsy, they can prove that with an EEG. They see that something's wrong with your brain, they can identify it. So my sister had left temporal lobe epilepsy, EEG showed that. Well, with my EEG, when I was actively seizing for 3 days in the ICU, it showed nothing. It was like, oh yeah, you're good, you're fine. Well, now I'm actively seizing. So then they explained what PNES is to me. And basically, PNES is caused by psychological factors. So stuff that has happened to you that maybe you're not processing. It can cause from trauma, conflict you've experienced, family issues, all that. Also, there can just be triggers in your life that are causing you to have more seizures. So for example, like caffeine, alcohol, drugs, stress, anxiety, etc., can flare mine up. So that's why I just stay away from all these things as much as possible. But like my caffeine, I still consume that, but it's fine. So anyways, the last 2 years I have won a scholarship to fund my education for college, which they give the scholarship specifically to people with PNES. So if you have PNES, you should apply for it. And basically I have created a support system of people that I've met through there. So I met I think it's 10 to 15 people I've met that have PNES, and they've kind of shared their stories, and it's just been wonderful. So if y'all want a support group or anything, if any of y'all have PNES, please drop that in the comments because I can make one on Discord. Some of my friends have seizures every single day. It's crazy. It's actually wild. I don't have that. The first year I did maybe, and then the last 2 years is kind of just sporadic. I never know when one's gonna pop up, but I do get an aura beforehand. So it's a couple hours beforehand. Usually I have an aura, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have one today. I need to, do light work. I can't be stressing myself out too much. I would say 99% of the time when I have that aura, I do have a seizure that day. So I'm pretty good with tracking mine, but some of my friends don't have that. And also another little fun fact, 75% of people that are diagnosed with PNES are young adult women. So I don't know what the correlation is between that, but that needs to be studied if it hasn't been already. And yeah, I just kind of want to spread awareness. If you or a loved one has PNES, I would love to answer any questions you have. So if you want to drop them in the comments, I can answer those. Or I can kind of talk about my life while simultaneously being in school, because I am a senior in college, which I'm pretty proud of. Because freshman year I was going to drop out when I got diagnosed with PNES, because it was a lot to handle, I'm not going to lie. And especially if I'd had seizures every single day, I think I would have dropped out. But some of my friends, they have seizures all the time, and they're still in school. So if you want to be in contact with one of them, I can make that happen. And yeah, that's a little quick story time.